The city was silent under the glowing purple sky, the tall buildings casting long shadows over the empty streets. Kai moved carefully, his bare hands ready for anything. He had been sent on a mission to the outer district, a place where few humans dared to go. The air smelled strange, metallic, and every sound seemed louder than it should be. Suddenly, a group of alien warriors appeared from the shadows, their glowing eyes fixed on him. Kai did not hesitate, he lunged forward with a speed that surprised even himself. His fists connected with the nearest enemy, knocking him off balance. Another alien jumped at him, claws sharp and fast. Kai rolled to the side and struck back, his movements precise and powerful. He had trained for this, but facing so many at once was always a challenge. The aliens were stronger than any he had fought before. Yet Kai moved like water, flowing from one attack to another. Each punch, each kick, calculated to use his enemy's strength against them. A shadow above the alley caught someone's attention. Lyra, an alien woman with silver hair and golden eyes, watched from the rooftop. She had never seen a human fight like this. Every blow Kai delivered was perfect, every dodge clever. Her heart raced as she whispered to herself, "He's mine." She felt drawn to him in a way she could not explain. As Kai turned, a larger alien emerged, towering over him. Its claws were long, its face hidden under a mask of black metal. Kai's heart pounded, but he did not step back. The fight was on, and there was no turning away. The larger alien swung its massive arm, trying to crush Kai. Kai ducked, barely avoiding the blow, and countered with a strike to its side. The alien grunted and swung again, faster this time. Kai rolled, jumped, and landed behind it, striking its back. It stumbled, and Kai did not waste the moment. He attacked with a series of quick punches, his strength unmatched. The smaller aliens recovered and rushed him, but Kai spun, knocking two of them to the ground. Lyra's eyes widened, she had never seen anyone move like this. His body moved with a rhythm that was both deadly and beautiful. She could not look away. Kai's hands were a blur, each strike precise, each kick effective. The alley echoed with the sounds of battle, the grunts of aliens and the crack of bones. Kai felt the adrenaline rush through him, sharpening his senses. He knew that one mistake could cost him his life. But he did not hesitate, he could not. The large alien raised its arm for a final strike, aiming straight at Kai's chest. Kai jumped, twisting in the air, and delivered a powerful blow to its jaw. The alien fell, crashing against the wall, defeated. The smaller aliens looked at him, fear in their glowing eyes. One by one, they turned and fled into the darkness. Kai stood in the alley, breathing heavily, his body sore but his spirit alive. He looked around, expecting more enemies, but the street was empty again. He had survived, but he felt the weight of the fight in every muscle. From above, Lyra climbed down, her steps silent on the rooftops. She approached him slowly, her golden eyes fixed on his face. Kai noticed her only when she stepped into the dim light. He took a defensive stance, unsure if she was friend or foe. Lyra smiled faintly, her presence both comforting and mysterious. "I didn't think any human could fight like that," she said softly. Kai relaxed slightly, but he remained cautious. "I'm just trying to survive," he replied, wiping blood from a cut on his cheek. Lyra nodded, studying him closely. She had never seen someone so strong and yet so human. Her heartbeat quickened, and she whispered again, "He's mine." Kai glanced at her, sensing her interest but not fully understanding it. Before they could speak more, a low hum filled the alley. Kai's eyes narrowed, he knew the sound. It was the drones, the ones that always followed him. Lyra stiffened, realizing that danger was not over. Together, they moved quickly, checking the corners, staying in the shadows. The city felt alive around them, glowing lights reflecting on broken glass and metal. Every step was careful, every sound a warning. Kai's hands were ready again, even though he had fought just moments ago. Lyra stayed close, her mind racing with questions about this strange human. Who was he, and why did he fight like a legend? As they turned a corner, more shadows moved, more enemies approaching. Kai tightened his fists, ready to fight again. Lyra looked at him, a mixture of awe and determination in her eyes. For the first time, she felt like she had found someone worth protecting. The fight was far from over, but neither of them would run. Not now, not ever. From the rooftop, Lyra watched Kai as he moved through the empty streets, his bare hands still slightly trembling from the fight. She could not believe how fearless he was, standing alone against so many enemies. Her golden eyes followed him closely, studying every movement, every glance, every breath. Lyra had never felt this drawn to someone before. She knew she wanted to protect him, to be near him. But she also knew revealing herself could be dangerous. Kai had no idea someone was watching him. He checked every corner, scanning the alleyways for hidden enemies. The city was quiet now, but the hum of distant machines reminded him that danger was never far. Lyra's mind raced, thinking of ways to approach him without alarming him. She had advanced technology hidden beneath her cloak, weapons that could easily destroy any enemy. But she wanted to see how capable he really was. Kai stopped at a small fountain, catching his breath and looking around. He cleaned the blood from his hands, his eyes sharp, alert. Lyra noticed the small cuts and bruises, a part of him human, fragile yet strong. Suddenly, a strange sound echoed from the buildings above. A drone hovered down, scanning the streets, its red eye glowing brightly. Kai's eyes narrowed, he had seen these before, tracking him for weeks. Lyra tensed, knowing these machines were controlled by someone powerful. The drone circled Kai, scanning him, sensing his movement. Kai ducked behind a pile of crates, barely avoiding the laser beam. Lyra stepped closer, invisible to him, her heart racing. She realized she needed to act, but also needed to stay hidden for now. The drones hovered for a moment, then moved on, disappearing into the distance. Kai exhaled, trying to calm his racing heart. He looked at the shadows, sensing that something, or someone, was watching him. Lyra's curiosity grew stronger, and she finally made her decision. She would reveal herself, but carefully, so Kai would not think she was a threat. She jumped down quietly, landing behind a stack of crates, her steps silent. Kai turned suddenly, sensing her presence, his fists ready. Lyra stepped into the dim light, her golden eyes glowing softly. Kai froze for a moment, studying her, unsure if he should trust her. "Who are you?" he asked cautiously. Lyra smiled faintly, her voice calm but full of curiosity. "I'm someone who wants to help you," she said. Kai lowered his fists slightly, still wary. "You were watching me fight," he said, his voice a mixture of surprise and suspicion. Lyra nodded, not hiding it. "I've never seen a human fight like that before," she said. Kai's chest rose and fell rapidly, the adrenaline still pumping. "I'm not looking for praise," he replied, "I just want to survive." Lyra studied him, noticing the strength in his eyes, the courage in his stance. Something about him was different from the humans she had seen before. She realized she could not leave him alone in this city, not with the drones and enemies waiting. Kai took a step forward, sensing she meant no harm. Lyra mirrored him, keeping her hands visible, showing she was unarmed. For a moment, the two stood quietly, assessing each other. Then a faint beep came from Kai's communicator. He glanced at it, his eyes widening. "More trouble," he whispered. Lyra's expression hardened, realizing the danger was growing. She stepped closer to him, ready to act if needed. Kai noticed her presence and felt a strange comfort, as if having someone beside him gave him strength. The city around them seemed alive, the glowing lights reflecting on the wet streets. Every shadow could hide another enemy, every sound a warning. Kai and Lyra moved together carefully, checking corners, staying low. The drones were scanning nearby, but had not noticed them yet. Lyra whispered to him, "We need to keep moving, stay quiet." Kai nodded, trusting her instincts, feeling a strange connection forming. As they turned a corner, a new group of shadows appeared, larger than before. Kai clenched his fists, ready for another fight. Lyra stood beside him, calm and confident, her eyes sharp, scanning the street. They were a team now, even though Kai had never known her before. The city was dangerous, full of unknown threats. But together, they moved forward, ready for whatever came next. Lyra felt a thrill, watching him fight, knowing she would protect him no matter what. And Kai, though wary, felt a spark of hope, sensing he was not alone anymore. The night was far from over, and the battle had only just begun. The streets were quiet for a moment, but Kai could feel it in his bones. Danger was close, too close to ignore. Lyra stayed by his side, her eyes scanning the shadows, every movement alert. A sudden rustle came from a nearby alley, and Kai spun, fists ready. Before he could react, a group of alien mercenaries appeared, their armor black and sharp. Kai's heart raced, but he did not back down. He had fought many, but this group seemed trained, coordinated. Lyra moved instinctively, activating a small device on her wrist. A pulse of blue light shot out, momentarily stunning the mercenaries. Kai seized the moment, striking one with a spinning kick, sending it crashing into a wall. The others recovered quickly, circling him like predators. Lyra stepped forward, her hands glowing with alien energy. She fired a series of pulses, each one hitting an enemy with precision. Kai ducked under a swinging blade, punching another mercenary in the stomach. The alley was alive with noise, the sound of battle echoing against the metal walls. Kai felt a strange rhythm, moving with Lyra as if they had fought together for years. The mercenaries were fast, but Kai's bare hands and Lyra's technology made them a dangerous team. One mercenary lunged at Kai with a long energy blade. Kai caught it with his hands, feeling the heat of the weapon. He twisted and threw it to the ground, avoiding a deadly strike. Lyra shouted a warning, and Kai rolled just in time to dodge another attack. Their movements were synchronized, instinctive, unspoken. Kai's eyes met Lyra's for a brief moment, and he felt a spark of trust. They had no time for words, only action, only survival. Another mercenary tried to flank them, but Lyra was faster, striking from the side. Kai delivered a powerful punch to the last one, knocking it unconscious. The alley was silent again, but they both knew it would not last. Kai's chest heaved, sweat dripping down his face. Lyra's hands still glowed faintly from the energy she had used. "They keep coming," Kai said, his voice low. Lyra nodded, eyes sharp, scanning every corner. Suddenly, a massive shadow moved above them, blocking the moonlight. Kai looked up, his heart pounding. A giant alien, taller than any he had seen before, descended, its armor black and jagged. Its eyes glowed red, and it carried twin energy blades, spinning in its hands. Kai stepped back, fists ready. Lyra moved closer, determination in her eyes. "This one is strong," she whispered. The giant struck first, swinging both blades at Kai. Kai jumped and rolled, narrowly avoiding the deadly attack. He countered with a punch, but the giant's armor absorbed most of it. Lyra fired her energy pulses, striking the giant repeatedly. The alien roared, a sound that shook the walls of the alley. Kai realized he could not defeat it alone. Lyra shouted, "Use your speed, hit its weak points." Kai focused, moving faster than before, dodging each strike. He punched the joints of the armor, feeling it weaken under his blows. The giant swung wildly, but Kai was quicker, slipping past the blades. Lyra joined in, firing a concentrated blast at the creature's chest. The giant stumbled, crashing into the wall with a deafening impact. Kai seized the moment, delivering a final series of punches that sent it sprawling to the ground. Silence fell over the alley, broken only by Kai's heavy breathing. Lyra stepped forward, her eyes glowing softly as she studied him. You fight like a legend, she said, her voice filled with awe. Kai smiled faintly, wiping sweat from his brow. I fight to survive, he replied, but I didn't expect help tonight. Lyra nodded, hiding a small smile. She had wanted to see how strong he was, but now she knew. Kai was more than strong, he was extraordinary. As they caught their breath, a low hum started again, distant but growing louder. Kai's eyes narrowed, knowing that more enemies were coming. Lyra placed a hand on his arm, steadying him. We need to move, she said calmly. Kai nodded, trusting her completely now. Together, they disappeared into the twisting streets of the city. The shadows seemed to follow them, every corner hiding danger. But Kai and Lyra moved as one, ready for whatever came next. The battle was far from over, and the night was only beginning. Kai and Lyra ran through the twisting streets of the alien city, the glowing lights reflecting on broken metal and glass. Their breathing was heavy, but neither slowed down. Every shadow seemed alive, every corner hiding another threat. Finally, they reached a hidden safe house, tucked between towering buildings. Inside, the walls glowed faintly with alien technology, strange symbols flickering in soft blue light. Kai paused, looking around cautiously, fists still ready. Lyra stepped forward, her eyes scanning for traps. This place is safe, for now, she said, her voice calm. Kai nodded, lowering his hands slowly, but his eyes stayed sharp. He had learned not to trust easily, especially in this city. Lyra noticed the cautious look in his eyes, understanding the life he had lived. She gestured toward a small table, covered with alien artifacts and gadgets. Kai examined them briefly, curious, but his attention quickly returned to her. Why are you helping me? He asked, finally breaking the silence. Lyra hesitated, unsure how much to reveal. I've been watching humans for a long time, she said slowly, most are weak, but you are different. Kai frowned slightly, not fully understanding. Different how? He asked. You fight with skill, courage, and heart, Lyra replied, qualities I rarely see, and I knew I had to help. Kai studied her, sensing honesty in her words. The tension between them eased slightly, replaced by a strange trust. Lyra walked over to a small device and activated it, projecting a holographic map of the city. She pointed to several red dots moving across the streets. Those are the drones following you, she explained. Kai's eyes narrowed, realizing how serious the threat was. They're not just drones, Lyra continued, they're controlled by a powerful organization, watching your every move. Kai clenched his fists, determination flashing in his eyes. I've faced danger before, he said, but I've never faced anything like this. Lyra nodded, impressed by his courage. They moved closer to each other, studying the map, planning their next move. A strange connection was forming between them, silent but strong. Kai realized that having Lyra beside him made him feel safer, stronger. He didn't fully understand her, but he trusted her instinctively. Lyra's golden eyes softened as she looked at him, sensing his growing trust. For the first time, she felt like she had found someone worth protecting. The holographic map flickered, showing a new red dot, larger and moving faster than the others. Kai's jaw tightened, recognizing it as the leader behind the attacks. Lyra's expression hardened, her fingers dancing over the device, calculating a route. We need to be ready, she said, this is bigger than we thought. Kai nodded, already feeling the weight of responsibility. They shared a look, a silent agreement that they would face the coming battle together. The safe house was quiet, but the city outside was alive with danger. Kai flexed his fingers, ready to fight again. Lyra studied him, knowing he would not hesitate when the time came. They trained briefly, practicing moves and strategies. Even in this small room, their teamwork began to form, instinctive and precise. Hours passed, but they did not notice, caught in preparation and planning. Finally, Lyra turned to Kai, her voice soft, almost a whisper. "You're not alone anymore," she said. Kai's eyes met hers, a small smile forming. "I don't feel alone," he replied, and for the first time in a long while, he meant it. The hum of the city grew louder, distant alarms and drone signals echoing in the streets. Kai and Lyra exchanged a glance, both knowing the next fight would be their hardest yet. Together, they left the safe house, moving silently through the glowing streets. The alliance had formed, but the real battle was about to begin. A holographic warning flashed on Lyra's device, a symbol of a massive threat approaching. Kai's heart raced, but he clenched his fists, ready for whatever came next. Lyra's hand rested lightly on his shoulder, a silent promise that she would fight by his side. The city was dark, but together, they were a force no enemy could easily defeat. And in the shadows, new dangers were already moving toward them, waiting for the moment to strike. Kai and Lyra moved silently through the streets, their steps careful, alert. The city around them seemed alive, every shadow a possible enemy, every flickering light a warning. Ahead stood the towering citadel, its walls glowing with strange energy. Kai's jaw tightened, knowing that the leader behind all the attacks waited inside. Lyra's golden eyes glimmered with determination. "This is it," she whispered, "the final fight." Kai nodded, feeling adrenaline rush through his veins. Together, they approached the massive doors, hidden from the drones that patrolled the area. Inside, the citadel was vast, filled with machines and alien symbols. The air hummed with power, making Kai's skin tingle. Suddenly, the leader appeared, a massive alien in black armor, eyes glowing red. He held twin energy blades, spinning them with deadly precision. Kai stepped forward, fists raised, ready for combat. Lyra activated her tech, energy pulses surrounding her hands. The battle began with a roar, the leader striking first, swinging his blades with deadly speed. Kai dodged, rolling across the floor, striking with bare hands. Lyra fired energy pulses, each one hitting with perfect timing. The leader staggered, but quickly recovered, swinging the blades again. Kai ducked under, striking the weak points in the armor. Lyra moved beside him, coordinating attacks silently, instinctively. Together, they were unstoppable, a perfect combination of human skill and alien technology. The leader roared, swinging wildly, but Kai and Lyra moved faster, dodging, countering, attacking. Kai felt his heart pounding, his muscles burning, but he did not stop. Lyra's eyes never left the enemy, her hands glowing brighter with every pulse. They fought as one, side by side, instinctive and deadly. Kai landed a powerful punch to the leader's chest, opening a crack in the armor. Lyra followed with a concentrated energy blast, striking the same weak point. The leader stumbled, roaring in anger and pain. Kai and Lyra pressed forward, relentless, unstoppable. Finally, with a final strike, Kai punched the leader's chest, while Lyra's energy pulse hit perfectly at the same time. The alien leader fell, defeated, crashing to the floor, sparks flying from his broken armor. Silence filled the citadel, broken only by their heavy breathing. Kai and Lyra stood together, victorious, but exhausted. Lyra stepped closer, her eyes softening, her voice barely a whisper. "He's mine," she said, a smile forming on her lips. Kai looked at her, realizing that she truly cared. For the first time, he felt a strange warmth, a connection he had never known before. The citadel shook suddenly, a holographic message flashing on the walls. A warning of a new threat, one even greater than the leader they had just defeated. Kai clenched his fists, determination flashing in his eyes. Lyra placed a hand on his shoulder, steadying him. "We survived this," she said, "but the fight is far from over." Kai nodded, feeling stronger with her beside him. Together, they walked toward the exit, ready to face whatever came next. The city outside glowed under the strange sky, the streets quiet after the battle. But both knew danger still lurked in the shadows, waiting for the next challenge. Kai and Lyra moved forward, side by side, an unstoppable team. The human who fought alone had found an ally, a partner, a friend. And together, they were ready to face anything the galaxy could throw at them. The night had been long, filled with battles and danger. But in the heart of the city, Kai and Lyra stood victorious. Their alliance formed, their bond stronger than ever. The adventure was just beginning, and the universe would never be the same again.